August 6, 1945, it began as a beautiful, clear Monday morning in the bustling Japanese city of Hiroshima. People were waking up, preparing for work, and children were heading to school, completely unaware that a single American B-29 bomber named the Enola Gay was flying high in the skies above them. At exactly 8:15 a.m., the aircraft released its payload, a single uranium core bomb nicknamed Little Boy. For 43 agonizing seconds, the weapon fell toward the city before detonating 1,900 feet directly above Shima Surgical Hospital. In a fraction of a microsecond, the morning sky was torn apart by a blinding flash of light, a flash brighter than 1,000 suns. A giant ball of fire reaching temperatures of 4 million degrees Celsius incinerated everything within a 1-mile radius. In an instant, the city was transformed into a nightmarish landscape of raging fire and toxic ash. This single catastrophic event would claim roughly 140,000 lives by the end of the year. It did more than just flatten the city. It forever altered the very nature of human warfare, violently pulling humanity out of the industrial era and thrusting us into the frightening, unpredictable reality of the atomic age.
Truly understand how humanity arrived at this horrific threshold, we must analyze the complex scientific and military journey that led to the creation of the bomb. The story began years earlier with the top-secret Manhattan Project, a massive multi-billion-dollar scientific race against time led by physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer at Los Alamos. Driven by the fear that Nazi Germany might develop nuclear weapons first, the world's most brilliant minds unlocked the fundamental secrets of the universe: nuclear fission. However, by the summer of 1945, Germany had already surrendered, yet the war in the Pacific raged on with brutal intensity. The Battle of Okinawa had just resulted in immense casualties on both sides, demonstrating the fanatical resistance of the Japanese military. When Harry S. Truman assumed the U.S. presidency, he was presented with a grim calculus. Military advisors argued that a conventional amphibious invasion of the Japanese mainland, codenamed Operation Downfall, would cost hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of Allied and Japanese lives and prolong the war for years. From a tactical perspective, the United States leadership argued that using the atomic bomb was a necessary evil to force an immediate, unconditional Japanese surrender and bring a swift end to the global slaughter of World War II. Yet beneath the military justification lay immense ethical dilemmas. Was it morally acceptable to target a city populated heavily by civilians to achieve a political and military end? Some historians also argue that the bomb was dropped not just to end the war, but as a chilling diplomatic warning to the Soviet Union as the Cold War began to take shape. It is a profound historical debate that has sparked intense controversy for nearly a century.
The immediate physical scale of destruction in Hiroshima was entirely unprecedented in human history. A massive shockwave, traveling at the speed of sound, pulverized over 60% of the city's infrastructure in a matter of seconds. Concrete buildings dissolved, steel bridges twisted like paper, and thousands of localized fires instantly merged into a terrifying, unstoppable firestorm that consumed everything in its path. But the true, horrifying cost of this weapon was measured in human suffering. Those closest to the hypocenter were instantly vaporized, leaving behind nothing but eerie, dark shadows etched onto stone walls. For those who survived the initial blast, the nightmare was only beginning. Thousands of severely burned civilians wandered through the ruins in a state of shock, their skin peeling from their bodies, desperately crying out for water that was heavily contaminated with toxic ash. Days and weeks later, a mysterious, invisible killer began to take hold. People who showed no outward signs of physical injury suddenly began losing their hair, bleeding from their gums, and dying of severe internal organ failure. This was acute radiation sickness, a terrifying medical phenomenon that the world was seeing on a mass scale for the first time. The survivors of this tragedy, known in Japan as the hibakusha, would carry the physical and psychological scars for the rest of their lives, facing chronic illnesses, leukemia, social stigma, and the lifelong trauma of what they witnessed. Combined with the second atomic bombing of Nagasaki 3 days later, the catastrophic human toll finally broke the political deadlock within the Japanese government, influencing the emperor to step in and declare the final surrender of Japan, bringing a closing chapter to the Pacific War.
Today, the scarred landscape of Hiroshima stands as the ultimate universal cautionary tale of nuclear proliferation. The tragedy of August 6th fundamentally redefined the post-war world order. Almost overnight, the possession of nuclear weapons became the ultimate currency of geopolitical power, triggering an incredibly dangerous, decades-long nuclear arms race between the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. At its peak, the global stockpile reached over 70,000 nuclear warheads, many of them thousands of times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The world spent generations living under the permanent shadow of mutually assured destruction, knowing that a single diplomatic miscalculation could result in the end of human civilization. The memory of Hiroshima became the emotional and moral engine behind the global nuclear disarmament movement. Activists, world leaders, and the surviving Hibakusha have dedicated their lives to a singular, vital mission: ensuring that the horrors witnessed in 1945 are never repeated, and that nuclear weapons are permanently banned from the face of the earth.
The atomic bombing of Hiroshima remains a defining, deeply tragic watershed moment in human history. It represents both the pinnacle of human scientific achievement and the absolute dark abyss of industrial warfare. It serves as a stark reminder that our technological capacity to destroy life must never outpace our moral and diplomatic responsibility to protect it. As we look at the modern world today, where global geopolitical tensions are rising once again and old arms control treaties are being abandoned, the lessons of Hiroshima have never been more urgent. We are forced to confront a fundamental question that challenges the very conscience of humanity. How do you assess the moral legacy of the decision to use the atomic bomb? Was it a grim tactical necessity that saved lives by ending World War II? Or was it an unjustifiable humanitarian crime that unlocked a Pandora's box of nuclear terror we are still struggling to control? We want to hear your objective analysis, your thoughts, and your historical perspectives on this monumental event. Please share your insights in the comments section below. If you found this detailed, respectful exploration of World War II history valuable, please hit the like button, share this video with others who love history, and make sure to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you will join our community for more regular, deep dives into the powerful stories, defining conflicts, and critical decisions that have shaped the course of human history. Thank you so much for watching. Remember the past to protect the future, and we will see you in the next chapter of history.